How dare you behave like you've done my children? How
I
dare
have not.
you?
I have not
You're
done
stalking
anything.
around here looking for us and our children. I went for a quiet bike ride with my children on
That's fine.
Saturday,
That's fine.
and you won't even give me your name.
Prince William's younger brother, Prince Harry, just implied that William and Princess Kate harbored jealousy over his wife and Duchess, Meghan Markle. Stick around until the end to get the full dish. Welcome back to our favorite edition of Where Are They Now? I'm your host Michaela, here to break it all down. Prince William, born in full as William Arthur Philip Louis on June 21st, 1982, is the Prince of Wales, Duke of Cornwall and Cambridge, and Earl Strathern and Baron Carrickfergus, known earliest as Prince William of Wales. He was welcomed into the world in Paddington, London, England as the elder son of the late Princess Diana of Wales and King Charles III, and heir to the British throne. Princess Kate, born in full as Catherine Elizabeth Middleton on January 9th, 1982, is the Princess of Wales and Duchess of Cornwall and Cambridge. She was welcomed into the world in Reading, Berkshire, England. She became the consort of William in 2011 and remains as so, as well as an heir apparent to the British throne. Question of the day: do you believe the royals are jealous of Meghan as Harry implied? Share your thoughts in the comments and let's jump right in. William's education was received in his earliest days at London's Wetherby School, later attending Berkshire's Ludgrove School between 1990 to 1995 and Windsor's Eton College from 1995 to 2000. Prior to William's enrollment at Scotland's University of St Andrews School, where he was studying art history and later took up geography, the prince dedicated a whole year to traveling abroad. Thanks to his mother, William was exposed to charitable activities in his earlier life, which resulted in him participating in volunteer work in Chile. Furthermore, the prince worked on a British dairy farm and visited countries in Africa. In 2005, William became a St Andrews graduate, and following this, in 2006, entered the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst. Even though William was willing to join Iraq's British forces, military officials suggested William nor his younger brother Harry should be set up to serve due to the potential of becoming specific attack targets, which would in turn place their fellow soldiers at risk. However, Harry eventually wound up lending his services to 2 Afghanistan duty tours. 2008 saw William work for a limited amount of time in the Royal Air Force and later the Royal Navy, so he received the opportunity to gain working experience in all 3 major armed service branches. In 2010, William finalized his helicopter pilot training in the RAF Search and Rescue Forces and started on a Wales duty tour. Reportedly, William was a participant in over 150 operations prior to ending his military run in September 2013. Down the road, William served as an air ambulance pilot for 2 years between July 2015 to July 2017. Kate was born as the eldest of 3 kids to Carol and Michael Middleton, with her siblings being Pippa and James. Her parents acquainted themselves while working as British Airway flight attendants, and in 1987 the couple founded a children's parties supplies mail order business. The success of this business venture, mixed with family inheritance, gifted the Middletons the opportunity to send Kate off to prep school and later enroll her into England's prestigious Marlborough College in Wiltshire. Here, Kate, who went by her full name of Catherine Pryor, was defined to be a determined, level-headed student who excelled in both academics and athletics, where she captained the school's field hockey team. Within the royal family, Prince William is ranked amongst the most popular. He received great admiration for his control of emotions and overall grace in light of Diana's 1997 car crash tragedy in Paris. 10 years following this, both William and Harry put together a London memorial service in honor of the anniversary of her death. Similar to his father, William remains active in environmental issues and is an avid sportsman. Back in 2020, William announced the Earthshot Prize creation, which was directly inspired by John F. Kennedy's moonshot plan to send a man to the moon. The goal behind this was to, quote, repair the planet, and was reported to have been awarded in 5 categories over the course of a decade. Back in November 2010, another royal wedding was announced, this time for William to tie the knot with his then longtime girlfriend Kate, who met when they both attended St Andrews. Their ceremony was held on April 29, 2011 at London's Westminster Abbey. The couple's first child, son Prince George Alexander Louis of Cambridge, was birthed on July 22, 2013. Then came their newborn daughter, Princess Charlotte Elizabeth Diana of Cambridge, on May 2, 2015. Finally, Catherine and William welcomed their second and last son, Prince Louis Arthur Charles of Cambridge, in line with the death of Queen Elizabeth II on September 8, 2022. William's father, Charles, was appointed king. This meant William transitioned into an heir apparent and inherited the title of Duke of Cornwall from his father, who bestowed the titles of Prince of Wales onto William shortly after. Reeling back to 2001, Kate, as aforementioned, attended attended St. Andrews, where she and William met while he was still second in line for the throne after Charles. Over time, the now spouses began seriously dating. However, their relationship was not a thing for the public eye until they were captured together in 2004 vacationing in Switzerland. Even though there were frequent paparazzi intrusions, Kate managed to maintain a rather private life. Following her 2005 St. Andrews graduation, Kate briefly took on an occupation as a clothing retailer's accessory buyer, and she later reacquainted herself with numerous roles at her parents' company while doubling up as a performing host for charity work. After several years of intense speculation from the British media regarding the couple's marriage plans, the announcement dropped in November 2010 that they were engaged. Around this time, Kate was referred to very often as Lady Katie. In order to prep for entrance into the royal family, Kate reverted back to her formal birth name, Catherine. Once a part of the royal crew, Kate was given the Duchess of Cambridge title. On the other hand, when William moved into his heir apparent position and Duke of Cornwall title after his father became monarch, Catherine then became the Duchess of Cornwall and Cambridge. The princess took on the title of Wales after William's Prince of William title was bestowed upon him. In September 2022, their children's titles were also upgraded to mark and reflect the transitions Kate and William had gone through as new Wales rulers. For example, their eldest George was appointed Prince George of Cambridge and Charlotte became Princess of Cambridge. Don't forget to hit the like button now if you're keeping up with the royal drama. Now let's discuss William and Kate's rumored jealousy over Meghan, how it got revealed, and how it ties into today's video. Prince Harry just implied that Meghan is doing a far better job in the royal family than his brother and his wife, saying jealousy is what triggered a lot of this controversy. Netflix's latest addition to their royal docuseries highlighting Harry and Meghan held nothing back, and neither did Harry himself. In volume 2 of the show, Harry spilled the beans on his feelings about his royal family being jealous of his and his wife's popularity, and even claimed the palace once falsified a former statement of his. In turn, Harry suggested that this is what caused a sudden uprisal of negative press stories regarding Meghan. Quote, "The issue is when someone who's marrying in, who should be a supporting act, is then stealing the limelight or is doing the job better than the person who was born to do this, that upsets people." This was brought up by Harry due to headlines implying that Harry and Meghan are both more popular than their opposing senior royals, as well as included footage of Kate and Charles. Harry then added, "It shifts the balance because you've been led to believe the only way that your charities can succeed, the only way that your reputation can be grown or improved, is if you're in the front page of those papers. But the media are the ones who choose who to put on the front page." Harry followed this up with an example explaining that the very first time the penny dropped was after he and Meghan visited Buckingham Palace for a joint event with all the senior royal family members. That same morning, every paper imaginable showcased Meghan front and center with Kate off to the side. About this, Harry stated, "On the front page of the Telegraph, Meghan," to which Meghan herself recalled, "I went, oh my god." After this, Harry noted that Meghan didn't actually blame or fault herself for this though, and concluded with him agreeing and telling Meghan that his mom felt the same way. It was here when Harry further described the increasingly negative press coverage that Meghan started to appear in. And if you're wondering how and where William and Kate stand on this widely public issue currently, they've since been briefed by their aides about Harry and Meghan's second round of bombshells. But don't hold your breath for them to actually make y'all aware of it. Despite not watching the series themselves, William and Kate have stayed in the loop of scalding content and are scarily aware of what went down in the docuseries thanks to their aides who went ahead and spilled all the tea. As per a page 6 source, quote, "William and Kate's aides have briefed them on the show, but don't expect the couple to sit down in their cottage with a bowl of popcorn to tune in themselves." Yeah, so we got it. And I mean, I guess this naturally makes sense, seeing as the prince and princess were far too busy ducking and dodging headlines the night prior, while keeping company with the rest of the royals at a caroling service, using their standardly infamous tactic of, quote, "never complain, never explain." And what would be a full breakdown if I didn't further brief you on what they could have presumably overheard? Well, aside from all the other messy stuff I got into earlier, there's also Harry accusing William of shouting and screaming at him during a meeting regarding the Sussexes stepping down from their titles and positions within the royal family. Then there's the much more serious claim of Harry's, in which he stated William broke a long-lasting agreement of never letting their offices brief against each other in the press. Again, from the doc Harry spilled, there's leaking, but then there's also planting of stories. So if the comms team wants to be able to remove a negative story about their principal, they will trade and give you something about someone else's principal. So the offices end up working against each other. It's kind of a weird understanding or acceptance that happens. And you can always say, "I didn't know about this," or "this would never happen. Are you suggesting that I condone this?" It's like, no, but what I'm asking is, have you done anything to stop it? And the answer is no. Harry later shed light on the agreement they made for their own offices at that point and determined that William fully broke it. As Harry stated, "I would far rather get destroyed by the press than play along with this game, or this business of trading. And to see my brother's office copy the very same thing we promised the two of us would never ever do was heartbreaking." That's been today's WATN. Thanks for watching, friends.